In the vast and beautiful wilderness, a silent, constant drama unfolds every single day. The natural world is not always a peaceful place. For the animals that live here, life is a continuous struggle. They must find food to eat, water to drink, and a safe place to rest. They must also protect their families from danger. These basic needs are the reasons for countless battles. Survival is not given freely. It is earned through strength, courage, and sometimes through incredible fights. These are not battles of anger or hatred, but battles for the most fundamental thing of all, the chance to live another day. These epic confrontations happen everywhere, from the sun-baked African savanna to the frozen landscapes of Antarctica. A lioness must hunt to feed her cubs. A zebra must defend its young from a rival. A bird must guard its nest from a hungry predator. Each animal has its own unique set of tools for these challenges. Some have sharp claws and powerful teeth. Others have incredible speed or clever camouflage. Many rely on the strength of their group to overcome obstacles. These are the weapons they use in the unending war for survival, a war that has shaped every creature on our planet. We often see nature as a place of serene beauty, and it certainly is. But beneath that tranquility lies a world of intense competition. A territory with rich resources can only support a limited number of animals. A successful hunt for one animal means another has lost its life. A battle for a mate determines whose genes will be passed on to the next generation. These moments of conflict are raw and powerful. They show us the incredible will to live that exists in every living thing, from the smallest insect to the largest whale. It is a world of winners and losers, where every action has a consequence. In the heart of the wilderness, a predator stalks its prey with silent precision. The prey, sensing danger, tenses up, ready to flee at the slightest hint of movement. The predator launches its attack, muscles rippling with power. The prey bolts, a blur of speed and agility, each second a desperate bid for survival. The chase is a high-stakes game, a test of endurance and strategy. Eyes locked, hearts pounding, both animals push their limits. Sometimes the predator catches its prey, securing a meal that will sustain it for days. Other times the prey escapes, finding refuge and another chance at life. After the battle, both victor and vanquished must recover. The young watch and learn, understanding the harsh realities of their world. It maintains the delicate balance between predators and prey. By looking closely at these epic showdowns, we can see the true, unfiltered story of life on Earth. It is a story of struggle, resilience, and the remarkable power of the animal kingdom. In the wild, the will to survive is nowhere more powerful than in the heart of a mother. Her every sense is sharpened, her every action driven by a single, unwavering purpose, to protect her young at all costs. Among zebras, family life is a delicate balance of unity and danger. The herd moves as one, but threats can come from within as well as from the outside world. When a new stallion takes control of the herd, the air crackles with tension. The foals of the previous leader are seen as rivals, and the new male's aggression is swift and merciless. He may charge at a defenseless foal, his hooves pounding the earth, his teeth bared in a display of dominance. In these moments, the mother zebra becomes a living barrier. She plants herself between her newborn and the threat, her body trembling with adrenaline, her eyes locked on the stallion's every move. This is not a battle for food or territory, but for the very future of her bloodline. The mother's loyalty is absolute, her courage unyielding. Picture a quiet morning at a watering hole. The mother zebra stands watchful, her foal pressed close to her side, both vulnerable in the open expanse. Suddenly the new stallion lunges, his muscles ripple as he surges forward, his powerful jaws snapping dangerously close to the foal. The mother reacts instantly. She swings her body in front of her baby, absorbing the stallion's blows, her own hooves digging into the earth as she stands her ground. With a sudden burst of energy, she lashes out with her hind legs. The force of her kick is enough to send even the strongest rival stumbling back, a clear warning that she will not yield. The confrontation can erupt into a relentless chase, the mother zigzagging across the savanna, her foal struggling to keep up, every stride a desperate bid for survival. Again and again she places herself in harm's way, risking her own life so her foal might have a chance to escape, to grow, to one day run with the herd. This fierce devotion is echoed throughout the animal kingdom. In every corner of the wild, mothers rise to meet danger with astonishing bravery. On a frozen lake, an otter mother cradles her pup, the icy wind biting at their fur. She senses the approach of danger. Hungry coyotes, eyes glinting with hunger, circling the edge of the ice. Without hesitation, the otter mother slips into the open, drawing the predator's attention. She darts and weaves, her movements a blur against the white expanse, every twist a calculated risk to keep the coyotes focused on her. Her body, built for water, glides across the ice with surprising speed. She dodges snapping jaws and lunging bodies, her heart pounding, her mind fixed on her pup's safety. The coyotes close in, their teeth flashing, but the otter mother never falters. Each second she buys is a gift for her pup, who slips away to the safety of a hidden crevice beneath the ice. Across species, mothers display a courage that defies their size or strength. Their love is a force that transforms fear into action, hesitation into heroism. Whether it's the zebra mother facing down a furious stallion or the otter mother outmaneuvering a pack of predators, their actions are guided by the same primal instinct to defend their young no matter the cost. Each battle is a fight for the future, a struggle to ensure that the next generation survives to see another sunrise. When the danger passes and the young are safe, the mother's victory is quiet but profound, a moment of peace hard-won in a world of constant peril. In the wild, the bond between mother and child is a force of nature itself, unyielding, selfless and fierce. It is this love that shapes the destinies of countless creatures, inspiring acts of courage that echo across the untamed world. Dawn breaks over the endless African plains, painting the savanna in golden light. In the distance, a pride of lions crouches low in the whispering grass, their amber eyes fixed on a herd of Cape buffalo grazing nearby. The air is thick with tension. Two of Africa's most formidable forces are about to collide. A single lion, muscles rippling beneath its tawny coat, stalks forward. Its claws flex in anticipation, and its jaws, capable of crushing bone, part in a silent snarl. The lion's heart pounds with a mix of hunger and caution. Alone it is powerful, but the buffalo are giants. The Cape buffalo, nearly a ton of muscle and fury, stands unyielding. Its thick curved horns glint in the morning sun, a warning to any would-be attacker. The buffalo's eyes are alert, nostrils flaring as it senses the presence of predators. Fear and defiance mingle in its gaze. A lone lion knows better than to challenge such a beast. The memory of past wounds and the threat of those deadly horns keep it at bay. The lion's tail flicks with frustration and longing, but lions are not solitary hunters. The pride gathers, each member moving with silent purpose. Their bond is their strength, and together they become a force to be reckoned with. The pride's strategy is a symphony of instinct and experience. Each lion knows its role, some circle wide, flanking the herd, while others remain hidden, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The hunt unfolds with breathtaking coordination. The lions move as one, their bodies low, their eyes locked on the herd. Every muscle is taut with anticipation, every breath measured and silent. The lionesses, masters of the hunt, fan out through the grass. Their movements are graceful and deliberate, their senses sharpened by hunger and the thrills of the chase. Some lions inch closer, their bellies pressed to the earth, eyes scanning for any sign of weakness, a limp, a lagging calf, an old bull straying from the herd's protection. The pride's gaze settles on a young buffalo, its steps uncertain, or perhaps an aging matriarch, her movements slowed by the years. The lions' hearts race with anticipation, their mouths watering at the prospect of a meal. Suddenly the silence shatters, the lions explode from the grass, a blur of golden fur and raw power. The buffalo herd erupts in panic, hooves pounding the earth in a desperate bid for safety. The lions use their numbers to sow chaos, darting in and out, splitting the herd, their roars echoing across the plain. Fear surges through the buffalo, but so does determination. The pride's goal is clear. Isolate the chosen buffalo, cut it off from the safety of the herd. The lion's eyes burn with focus, their bodies tense with the thrill of the hunt. But the buffalo does not surrender easily. With a bellow of rage, it swings its massive horns, forcing the lions to dodge and weave. The air crackles with danger. One misstep could mean death. The battle becomes a whirlwind of dust and fury. The lions leap, claws extended, jaws snapping. The buffalo bucks and twists, fighting for its life, eyes wide with terror and defiance. Several lions launch themselves onto the buffalo's back, their combined weight dragging it down. The buffalo bellows, muscles straining, refusing to yield. The lion's teeth sink deep into flesh, aiming for the neck or muzzle, desperate to suffocate the giant. The buffalo's breath comes in ragged bursts, its strength waning but its spirit unbroken. This is the most perilous moment. The lions risk everything, clinging to their prey as it thrashes and bellows, the outcome hanging in the balance. Sometimes the cost is high. A young male lion, caught by a sudden sweep of the buffalo's horn, is impaled through the shoulder. Pain flashes in his eyes, but he refuses to let go. Driven by hunger and loyalty, the injured lion clings on, his sacrifice giving his pride mates the chance to bring the buffalo down. The struggle is fierce, every second a test of will and strength. At last, the buffalo collapses. The pride gathers, their sides heaving with exhaustion and triumph. They share the reward, each bite a testament to their teamwork and courage. The injured lion, battered but alive, rests among his family. The pride feasts for days, their bellies full, their bonds strengthened by the ordeal. Yet the story does not always end in victory for the lions. The buffalo herd, ever vigilant, watches with dark, intelligent eyes. They remember and they learn. When danger looms, the buffalo rally together, forming a living wall of muscle and horn. Their unity is their shield, their courage, their weapon. If a member is threatened, the herd surges forward as one. A tidal wave of fury and determination. The ground shakes beneath their charge, their bellows echoing across the plains. The earth trembles as hundreds of hooves pound the soil, a thunderous warning to any predator daring enough to challenge them. Even the bravest lions know when to retreat. Faced with the unstoppable force of the herd, they melt away into the grass, their dreams of victory dashed for another day. On these wild plains, the battle between lions and buffalo is never truly over. It is a contest of strength, strategy, and spirit, a living drama where every victory is hard-won and every defeat a lesson in survival. In the wild, a successful hunt is not always the end of the story. Here, every meal is a prize fiercely contested, and the drama of survival unfolds not just in the chase, but in the cunning that follows. Often the hunter becomes the hunted, or at least the robbed. The plains are alive with eyes and ears, every shadow a potential rival, every rustle a sign that the feast may soon be interrupted. The African plains are home to some of nature's most notorious thieves, where the art of stealing is as refined as the art of hunting. Spotted hyenas, for example, are powerful predators in their own right, but they are also expert scavengers. Their laughter echoes across the grasslands, a chilling signal that trouble is near. With their incredible sense of smell and superior numbers, a clan of hyenas can easily intimidate other predators and steal their hard-earned meals. They move with purpose, their eyes glinting with anticipation, circling the kill site as their victims, often outnumbered, grow tense. Imagine a lone lioness, her flanks heaving from the effort of the hunt, standing guard over her prize. Suddenly, a dozen laughing, whooping hyenas emerge from the tall grass, their bodies weaving in and out, testing her resolve. The air crackles with tension as she snarls and swipes, but the hyenas are relentless, darting in and out, their teamwork a masterclass in coordinated chaos. Consider the African wild dog, another master of the plains' unwritten rules. These animals are some of the most efficient predators on the continent, working together in packs with extraordinary teamwork. Their hunts are a ballet of speed and strategy, each member playing a vital role. They might successfully hunt an impala, a meal they desperately need. The pack gathers, panting and triumphant, ready to feast. But before they can begin to eat, the scent of the kill travels on the wind, carrying a silent invitation to every opportunist nearby. Soon a group of spotted hyenas arrives, their noses twitching, their bodies low and eager. The wild dogs bristle, forming a defensive circle, but the hyenas are undeterred. The hyenas are heavier and individually stronger than the wild dogs. Their confidence is palpable, their presence overwhelming. Though the dogs may try to defend their food, they are often outmatched by the hyenas' sheer bulk and aggression. The confrontation is fierce, snarls, snaps and feints fill the air, but the outcome is almost always the same. The dogs are forced to retreat, hungry and defeated, their heads low as they slink away, already scanning the horizon for their next chance. The hyenas, triumphant, tear into the spoils, their laughter echoing in the fading light. This thievery is not limited to the ground. Above the sky is a stage for its own daring heists. Even the sky has its pirates, where wings and wits are weapons in a battle for survival. The osprey is a magnificent bird of prey that specializes in catching fish. With eyes sharp as daggers, it scans the shimmering surface below. It will soar high above the water, spot a fish, and then dive with incredible speed and precision to snatch it with its sharp talons. The splash is brief, the victory sweet, but carrying a large, heavy fish makes the osprey slow and vulnerable. Its wings beat harder, the weight dragging it down, every second a risk. This is when the great black-backed gull often makes its move. With a flash of white and black, the gull closes in, its eyes locked on the struggling osprey. This large, aggressive gull is a known kleptoparasite, an animal that steals food from others. Its tactics are bold, its timing impeccable. It will relentlessly chase and harass the osprey in mid-air, swooping and diving, its shrill cries slicing through the wind. The gull will dive-bomb the osprey, sometimes even grabbing its wing, forcing it to drop its precious catch. The struggle is fierce, a mid-air duel of agility and nerve. The moment the fish falls, the gull swoops down to claim the prize for itself, its wings folding in a perfect dive. Victory snatched from the jaws of another. The osprey, having expended so much energy on the hunt, is left with nothing but exhaustion and empty talons, forced to begin the hunt anew. For these thieves of the land and sky, this strategy is a very efficient way to get a meal without the risk and effort of hunting. Their cunning is their weapon, their boldness their shield. It is a constant battle of wits and power, where the prize goes not just to the best hunter, but sometimes to the boldest thief. Every encounter is a test of nerve, a gamble where fortune favours the daring. This competition ensures that food resources are spread, though not always fairly. In the end, the plains belong to those who can outsmart, outfight, and outlast their rivals, true masters of survival in a world where cunning is just as vital as strength. The Antarctic is a world sculpted by ice and wind, where the sun glitters off endless white and the air bites with a cold that never relents. At first glance, these frozen shores seem lifeless, but beneath the howling winds a hidden world pulses with energy, struggle, and astonishing acts of courage. Here, Gentoo penguins gather in bustling colonies, their calls echoing across the ice. Each pair works tirelessly, collecting pebbles to build sturdy nests, a fortress against the elements and lurking dangers. Within these humble nests, tiny chicks emerge, fragile and new to the world, relying entirely on their parents for warmth and protection. Survival here is a daily battle. Blizzards sweep across the land, forcing penguins to huddle together, their bodies forming a living shield against the relentless cold. Every day is a test of endurance, and every night brings new threats. For the youngest chicks, danger often comes from above. The shadow of the predator glides silently over the colony, sending a ripple of fear through the gathered families. The southern giant petrel, with its piercing eyes and powerful beak, is a master of the Antarctic skies. These formidable birds are always on the lookout for weakness, their presence a constant threat to the vulnerable. With slow, deliberate steps, the petrels patrol the edges of the colony, their gaze sharp and unyielding. They wait for a moment of carelessness, a chick that strays, a parent distracted. For a chick that wanders too far, the world becomes a place of peril. Alone, it is exposed, its tiny heart pounding as it faces the vast, indifferent wilderness. One day, a young Gentoo chick, driven by curiosity and instinct, shuffles toward the icy shoreline. The sea beckons, a new world to explore, but also a realm of unknown dangers. The chick hesitates at the edge, the cold wind ruffling its downy feathers. Every step is a lesson in survival, every moment a test of courage. Suddenly the sky darkens as two giant petrels swoop down, their wings slicing through the air with silent menace. They land with a thud, their beaks gaping, eyes fixed on the trembling chick. The air is thick with tension, the threat unmistakable. The chick crouches low, its tiny body shaking. It is utterly defenseless, its fate hanging in the balance. In this moment the world seems impossibly cruel. The chick's life, so new and full of promise, teeters on the edge of oblivion. But the Antarctic is also a place of heroes. Not far away, a vigilant parent stands watch, eyes never leaving its offspring. The father penguin, steadfast and alert, senses the danger. His instincts flare. He will not let his chick face this terror alone. With a burst of determination, he charges across the ice, his body low and fast, a living shield racing to the rescue. No longer just a gentle parent, he transforms into a fierce guardian, his posture bold and unyielding. He confronts the giant petrels head-on, undaunted by their size or their reputation as killers. Though flightless, his flippers are powerful weapons, solid, bone-filled clubs honed by generations of survival. He swings with all his might, striking at the predators with a force that belies his size. The blows land with sharp cracks, startling the petrels and forcing them to reconsider their attack. He puffs up, squawking with all his strength, making himself appear larger and more formidable. His courage is a beacon in the icy gloom. He plants himself between the chick and the predators, a living barrier of defiance and love, willing to risk everything for his young. The petrels, faced with this unexpected ferocity, hesitate. The balance of power shifts, the hunter becomes the hunted. Deciding the risk is too great, the giant petrels retreat, their wings beating a hasty exit as they search for easier prey. They vanish into the Antarctic sky, leaving the colony in peace, at least for now. The father penguin stands victorious, his chest heaving with exertion, his eyes never leaving his chick. The chick, shaken but safe, scurries back to the shelter of the colony, its tiny feet kicking up snow as it rejoins the group. In the aftermath, parent and chick huddle close, their bond strengthened by the ordeal. On this harsh continent, every act of survival is a triumph, every moment of protection a testament to the power of devotion. In the coldest, most unforgiving place on earth, the guardians of the Antarctic ice prove that heroism is not reserved for the mighty. Here, even the smallest life is defended with astonishing bravery, ensuring that hope endures on the frozen frontier. In the vibrant, bustling world of the coral reef, every nook and cranny is a battleground for survival. Here the search for a safe home is a daily struggle, and for the octopus, a master of adaptation, this quest is a matter of life and death. The octopus, with its soft, boneless body, is both ingenious and vulnerable. It must find a den that offers shelter from the relentless predators that prowl the reef, moray eels, groupers, and even other octopuses. A den is more than a hiding place, it is a fortress, a pantry, and a sanctuary. The perfect den might be a narrow crevice in the rocks, just wide enough for the octopus to squeeze through, but too tight for larger hunters to follow. Here, the octopus can press its body flat, blending seamlessly with the shadows. Sometimes an empty shell or a discarded conch becomes a makeshift home. The octopus will gather stones and debris, carefully arranging them at the entrance to barricade itself inside. Each den is a testament to the animal's intelligence and resourcefulness, but the reef is crowded. Every creature, from tiny shrimp to lurking predators, is searching for shelter. Competition is fierce, and a prime den is never uncontested. Rival octopuses are drawn to the best hiding spots, and when two meet, a silent, high-stakes battle unfolds. The den becomes the prize in a contest of strength, strategy, and willpower. Imagine a female day octopus, her skin shimmering with shifting colors as she discovers a perfect den nestled among the coral. She glides inside, her arms exploring every corner, rearranging stones to make the space her own. For a moment she is safe, her keen eyes watching the world from the shadows. But peace is fleeting. A larger female octopus, her body marked by the loss of an arm, a scar from a previous battle, approaches with deliberate intent. The intruder's missing limb is a reminder of the dangers of reef life, but her size and aggression make her a formidable opponent. Without hesitation she lunges, her arms unfurling like living ropes, determined to claim the den for herself. The larger octopus uses her bulk to press the resident out, her suckers gripping the coral with astonishing force. An octopus fight is a spectacle of silent ferocity. There are no roars or cries, only the shifting of sand, the flash of color, and the relentless struggle of entwined arms. Their arms twist and writhe, each lined with hundreds of powerful suckers, capable of both delicate manipulation and crushing strength. The battle is silent, but every movement is calculated. Octopuses are masters of strategy, using their intelligence to outmaneuver and outlast their rivals. The smaller octopus, though outmatched in size, refuses to surrender her hard-won home. She employs her remarkable intelligence, creating distractions and feints, searching for any advantage. Her skin ripples with color and texture, shifting from pale sand to mottled coral, a living display of camouflage and intimidation. She blends into her surroundings, vanishing from sight, only to reappear in a sudden, calculated counterattack. Her arms, each a marvel of muscular engineering, wrap around the intruder, pulling and twisting in a contest of raw power and dexterity. The struggle is relentless, a test of endurance and cunning. The larger octopus, desperate to win, reveals her most dangerous weapon, a venomous bite capable of paralyzing her foe. The stakes could not be higher. For both octopuses, this den is the difference between safety and exposure, between life and death. The tension is palpable as the two combatants lock arms, each refusing to yield. Even after being forced out, the original owner does not retreat. She circles back, her eyes fixed on the den, her mind working through every possible tactic. With a burst of determination, she launches herself at the intruder, using her agility and intelligence to outmaneuver her larger rival. In a final, desperate surge, she finds her opening. Her arms coil around the intruder, and with a mighty heave, she drags the larger octopus from the den. The battle is won. The smaller octopus reclaims her home, battered but unbroken. She settles back into the den, her body pressed against the cool stone, her eyes ever watchful. This epic struggle reveals the true nature of life on the reef. Here, intelligence, adaptability, and sheer willpower are as vital as strength. The octopus's clever tactics and unyielding spirit are a testament to the power of animal intelligence and adaptation. For this remarkable creature, a safe den is more than a shelter. It is a hard-fought prize, a symbol of survival, and a home worth every risk. In the animal kingdom, the outcome of a battle is rarely determined by brute strength alone. Instead, the wild is a stage for cunning, patience, and ingenious tactics, where the cleverest often outwit the most powerful. Time and again, it is intelligence, adaptability, and the creative use of natural tools that tip the scales in favor of the underdog. These are the true weapons of survival. Some of the most riveting showdowns in nature feature small, seemingly vulnerable animals facing off against much larger, more dangerous adversaries. But with clever tactics, and a keen sense of timing, these underdogs turn the tables. Take, for example, the Roadrunner, an iconic figure darting across the sun-baked sands of the American desert. Renowned for its lightning speed, the Roadrunner is more than just a fast runner. It is a masterful hunter, blending agility with sharp instincts. Among its most formidable prey is the rattlesnake, a creature armed with venomous fangs and a strike as quick as a flash of lightning. A head-on assault would be reckless, even fatal. The Roadrunner knows this instinctively. Instead, the bird employs a strategy reminiscent of a matador in a bull ring, circling, feinting, and provoking its adversary with calculated precision. The Roadrunner begins a mesmerizing dance, weaving in and out, always just beyond the snake's deadly reach. Every movement is deliberate, every step a test of the snake's patience and stamina. With a flourish, it unfurls its wings, flapping them like a matador's cape, dazzling and distracting the rattlesnake, forcing it to strike at shadows and feathers. The snake lunges again and again, its fangs snapping at nothing but air and loose feathers, each attack draining its reserves. This relentless dance is not just for show. The Roadrunner's goal is simple: exhaust the snake, sap its strength, and dull its reflexes. Each strike from the rattlesnake is a burst of energy, but the cost is high. With every failed attempt, the snake grows weaker, its movements slower, its body heavy with fatigue. Eventually, the once lethal predator is left panting on the desert floor, its venomous threat neutralized by sheer exhaustion. The Roadrunner waits, eyes sharp, every muscle coiled in anticipation. It knows the perfect moment is near. When the snake's defenses falter, the Roadrunner strikes with blinding speed, aiming not for the fangs, but for the vulnerable back of the head. In a flash, it seizes the snake, clamping its beak behind the deadly jaws, outmaneuvering the venomous fangs. With a powerful motion, the Roadrunner lifts its prey and slams it against the earth again and again until the threat is gone. The once feared rattlesnake now lies still, its venomous bite rendered useless by the bird's relentless ingenuity. With the danger past, the Roadrunner swallows its hard-won prize whole, a testament to the triumph of wit over weapon. This is nature's lesson. Strategy and creativity can topple even the most daunting foes. The Roadrunner's victory is not just about speed, but about reading its opponent, adapting its tactics, and using every advantage the wild provides. The desert is also home to another master of clever hunting, the grasshopper mouse, a tiny predator with a mighty reputation. This fearless mouse seeks out the giant desert-hairy scorpion, a creature bristling with armor, pincers, and a venomous sting that spells doom for most small animals. But the grasshopper mouse is no ordinary prey. Its thick fur acts as a shield, blunting the scorpion's stinger, while its body is uniquely resistant to the venom. The scorpion's most fearsome weapon barely slows the mouse, which shrugs off the attack and presses forward. With swift, calculated bites, the mouse disables the scorpion, targeting vulnerable joints and soft spots, ending the battle with surgical precision. In these epic encounters, it is not size or strength that decides the victor, but the ability to adapt, to innovate, and to outthink the opposition. In the wild, the clever hunter reigns supreme. In the wild, not every confrontation is a fight for survival. Sometimes the most intense moments are not about life and death, but about respect, power, and the silent language of dominance. Within animal societies, battles for dominance are woven into daily life. Herds, packs, and troops are shaped by these subtle and not-so-subtle contests, where individuals test each other's strength, resolve, and place in the social order. These are not always brutal fights, but rather calculated displays, ritualized sparring, posturing, and sometimes a clash of bodies and wills. The outcome determines who leads, who eats first, and who gets the best chance to pass on their genes. The victor claims the choicest territory, the first bite of a fresh kill, or the safest resting spot. These privileges are hard-won and fiercely protected. In many species, dominance also means exclusive access to mates. The right to court and breed is reserved for those who prove themselves, ensuring that only the strongest genes are passed on. For the defeated, the consequences are rarely fatal. Instead, they are forced to submit, lowering their heads, averting their gaze, or slinking away to the edge of the group, their new place in the hierarchy silently acknowledged. These rituals of dominance and submission keep the peace, preventing endless destructive conflict. The group settles, order restored, each animal knowing its role. The contests themselves are often elaborate performances, choreographed routines of strength, stamina, and intimidation. Antlers lock, horns clash, feathers are fluffed, and bodies are made to look larger or more threatening. The goal is not always to injure, but to impress, to outlast, to outmaneuver. In the icy mountains of Japan, snow monkeys, Japanese macaques, live in tightly knit troops. Their world is ruled by a strict hierarchy, every gesture and glance reinforcing the social ladder. At the top sits the alpha male, his authority unchallenged, his presence a calming force. He eats first, grooms where he pleases, and commands respect with a mere look. But sometimes a lone male, driven by hunger or ambition, approaches the troop. His arrival is met with wary glances and tense postures. He may lash out, targeting the most vulnerable, a mother and her infant, hoping to disrupt the order and force his way in. Instantly the troop erupts in alarm. Calls ring out, bodies cluster together, and the tension crackles in the cold air. The alpha male surges forward, his fur bristling, his face set in a mask of authority. He will not allow chaos to take root. The confrontation is electric. Two males, eyes locked, muscles tensed, each broadcasting their intent. The challenge is not just for an infant, but for the very soul of the troop. The alpha stands tall, lips curled, issuing a deep, guttural threat. The intruder hesitates, weighing his chances. With a sudden burst, the alpha lunges, not to kill but to drive home his dominance. His movements are precise, controlled, a masterclass in power. The two may chase, shriek, and grapple, snow flying as they tumble. The troop watches, every member alert, the outcome vital to their safety. The alpha's goal is clear: to intimidate, to force the challenger to yield without a bloody fight. With a final charge, the alpha drives the rogue male into the icy river, a humiliating defeat. The message is unmistakable. This troop is not for the taking. The alpha returns, chest heaving as calm settles over the troop. Order is restored, the hierarchy reaffirmed. In the vast wilderness of Yellowstone, another drama unfolds. Two colossal grizzly bears, drawn by the scent of a bison carcass, size each other up, their hulking forms circle, each step a warning. The clash is thunderous, roars echo, claws rake the earth, and teeth snap. Yet even here the fight is as much about display as destruction. When one bear finally yields, the victor stands tall over the prize, chest heaving, fur bristling with triumph. The defeated bear slinks away, dignity bruised but life intact. The rules are clear. Strength decides, but survival is always possible. The dominant bear roars, a sound that echoes through the valley. This meal, this territory, is mine. Among the big cats, the dance of dominance is just as vital and just as fraught with risk. In the dense jungles, a young male tiger, muscles taut with uncertainty, steps into the domain of an older, battle-scarred king. The two circle, eyes narrowed, tails lashing. A true fight would be devastating. Both know the cost. Tigers bear the scars of past battles, reminders that dominance comes at a price. Sensing the older male's power, the young intruder lowers himself, ears flat, body pressed to the earth. A silent plea for mercy. He makes himself small, non-threatening, signaling his submission and respect for the established order. The dominant male may deliver a swift, controlled swipe, a warning, not a death sentence, reminding the youngster of his place. The young tiger retreats, lesson learned, his life spared by the mercy of the dominant. The jungle quiets once more, the message clear. In the world of animals, dominance is everything, but survival depends on knowing when to fight and when to yield. Beneath the golden sun of the African savanna, herds of zebras graze side by side with elephants, while lions watch from the tall grass. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, is woven into a living tapestry, each thread vital, each life connected in ways both subtle and profound. Far beyond the plains, the ocean teems with silent drama. Sharks glide through the blue, their presence shaping the lives of countless fish and invertebrates. The transition from land to sea reveals a world where every ripple, every shadow, is part of a grand, ongoing story. In every corner of the wild, animals compete for food, territory, and the right to raise their young. A cheetah's sprint, a wolf's howl, a bird's song at dawn. Each is a declaration of survival, a testament to the relentless drive that shapes evolution itself. When a lion explodes from the grass in pursuit of a gazelle, it is more than a hunt. It is a moment that echoes through generations. The gazelle's leap, the lion's charge, both are honed by countless encounters before. Rival stags clash antlers in the misty dawn, their breath steaming in the cold air. Birds display brilliant feathers, their dances intricate and ancient. Each contest is a test of strength, wit and willpower, with the victors passing on the legacy of their lineage. The defeated slip away, shadows among the trees or grass, their stories unfinished. In nature, loss is as important as victory, shaping the future in quiet, unseen ways. When herds graze in peace, it is not by accident, it is the result of countless battles, alliances, and silent negotiations. The balance of predator and prey, of plant and grazer, creates a harmony that sustains the land. Predators like lions and wild dogs are the guardians of this balance. Their presence keeps herds moving, prevents overgrazing, and ensures that only the fittest survive. When they hunt zebras or wildebeest, it is a chase that tests every sense, every muscle. The outcome shapes the destiny of both hunter and hunted, and ripples through the ecosystem. If herbivores were left unchecked, they would strip the land bare, leaving only dust and silence. But the ever-present threat of predators keeps them moving, allowing the grass to recover, the trees to grow, and the cycle to continue. Every standoff between predator and prey is a moment of tension, a heartbeat in the endless rhythm of life. The gazelle's speed, the antelope's vigilance are gifts from ancestors who survived by being just a little faster, a little more alert. The lion's patience, the cheetah's strategy are the result of generations of adaptation. Each hunt a lesson written in muscle and instinct. This is a biological arms race, a contest that never ends, forging both predator and prey into ever more remarkable beings. Not all battles are fought with tooth and claw. Sometimes two rivals circle each other, measuring strength and resolve, and the outcome is decided without a single blow. Leopards face off in the dappled shade, their growls echoing through the forest. The winner claims the territory, the loser slips away to seek a new home. Beneath the waves, octopuses wrestle for the best dens, their arms entwined in silent struggle. Each victory means safety, each loss a search for shelter in the shifting sands. The strongest claim the richest lands where food is plentiful and danger is less. Here they raise their young, passing on the lessons of survival. Those who lose must journey onward, braving unknown dangers, and in doing so they carry their species into new territories, expanding the reach of life itself. In the rivers, hippos clash in thunderous battles, their roars shaking the water. Each contest shapes the social order, determining who will lead and who will follow. In the snowy mountains, monkeys jostle and groom, forging bonds and hierarchies that bring order to their world. Cooperation is as vital as conflict. Herds move as one, flocks wheel in the sky, and packs hunt with silent coordination. Together they are stronger, safer, and more resilient. Even the tiniest creatures play their part. Ants wage wars beneath our feet, their battles shaping the very soil that nourishes the grass above. In the vast ocean, a whale breaches, scattering schools of fish. Its presence stirs the water, its movements felt by creatures great and small. Across every habitat, from forest to reef, the dance of competition and cooperation plays out in endless variation. Each moment is a thread in the ever-changing tapestry of life. These struggles are not flaws, they are the very engine of resilience. They drive diversity, spark innovation, and ensure that life adapts to every challenge. In the harshest deserts, on the coldest peaks, animals face obstacles that test their limits. Each encounter, each adaptation is a triumph of life's tenacity. As the sun rises, silhouettes of animals stand against the sky, each one a survivor, each one a testament to the beauty forged in struggle. Look into the eyes of a lion, gazelle, a whale, and you see the story of survival, of battles fought and won, of obstacles overcome, of life enduring against all odds. This is the delicate balance of nature, a world where every relationship, every struggle, every alliance ensures that life not only survives but thrives in all its wild, breathtaking diversity. Gap 2S. Far below the sunlit waves, in a realm where light fades and the water grows cold, another world awakens. Here, in the blue twilight, the ocean's fiercest warriors engage in battles as dramatic and complex as any on land. A giant cuttlefish hovers above a rocky outcrop, its skin pulsing with shifting colours. Suddenly a rival appears, another cuttlefish, drawn by the promise of a mate. They flare their arms, flashing iridescent warnings. With a flicker, one transforms its skin into hypnotic stripes, a mesmerizing display designed to confuse and intimidate. The other counters, rippling its body in a brilliant wave of colour. For minutes they duel in a silent dance, each trying to outwit and outshine the other. The victor claims the territory, while the defeated fades into the shadows. Deeper still, a school of sardines whirls in a living vortex. Their synchronized movements become a shield, a swirling wall of silver that confuses predators, but the ocean's hunters are relentless. A sleek sailfish darts in, its elongated bill slicing through the water. With blinding speed it flicks its bill, stunning sardines and picking them off with surgical precision. Suddenly dolphins join the fray, working as a team to herd the school into a tight ball. Above, gannets plunge from the sky, spearing fish in a coordinated blitz. The sardines' only hope is unity, each fish relying on the next for survival in a spectacular ballet of life and death. On the reef, two male mantis shrimp face off. Their armoured claws glint in the filtered sunlight. With a crack like a gunshot, one launches its hammer-like appendage, striking the other's shell. The blow is fast enough to boil water, creating a shockwave that stuns its opponent. These battles are not just about strength, they're about precision, speed, and the ability to read an adversary's intent. The winner claims the best crevice, shelter for itself and future offspring. In the open ocean, a shadow looms, a massive sperm whale, scars tracing the story of battles past. Below, in the inky blackness, giant squid lurk. The whale dives, plunging into darkness where only the bravest dare to hunt. In this epic struggle, tentacles lash and jaws snap. The whale's sonar clicks echo through the deep as it searches for its elusive prey. When they finally clash, it is a collision of giants, a test of endurance, strategy, and raw power. Only one will rise to the surface victorious. Even the smallest creatures are warriors. Cleaner rasa dart among the teeth of groupers, risking their lives for a meal of parasites. One wrong move and they could become lunch themselves. Yet through trust and ritual, these tiny fish forge a fragile peace, a daily truce in a world of perpetual conflict. Every encounter beneath the waves is a contest of strategy, camouflage, teamwork, deception, and brute force. Octopuses vanish in clouds of ink, groupers ambush with lightning-fast strikes, and jellyfish deploy toxic stingers in silent defense. The ocean is a battlefield where only the most adaptable survive. As the tide shifts, the victors retreat to rest and the defeated seek shelter. nursing wounds and waiting for another chance. In these hidden depths, every battle shapes the future, driving evolution, forging new strategies, and ensuring that the ocean remains a place of endless wonder and wild, untamed rivalry. This is the world beneath the waves, a realm of titans and tacticians where every creature must fight, adapt, and outwit to survive. In the ocean's embrace, the epic battles of life continue, unseen but unceasing, shaping the destiny of the deep. Above the forests and across vast plains, another battlefield unfolds, one that rides the wind and touches the clouds. Here gravity is both a challenge and a weapon, and the sky is ruled by the masters of flight, birds of prey. At dawn, a golden eagle perches atop a lonely crag, its keen eyes scanning the landscape below. Far off, a rival approaches, wings slicing the morning air in broad, effortless strokes. The first eagle launches, talons unfurling. The two close in a breathtaking aerial ballet, circling, diving, feinting. With a sudden stoop, one eagle tucks its wings and plummets, reaching speeds over 150 miles per hour. The other rolls at the last second, talons flashing. In mid-air, they grapple, locked in a spinning embrace, each trying to force the other earthward. Only one will claim this coveted hunting ground. Elsewhere, a peregrine falcon hovers high above a flock of unsuspecting pigeons. With a flick of its wings, it folds into a sleek missile, slicing through the air in a controlled dive. The target barely knows what's coming. In a split second, the falcon strikes, talons outstretched, snatching its prey before pulling up in a breathtaking arc. In the skies, speed is survival, but not all confrontations are about brute force. On the African savanna, a pair of secretary birds stalk the grasslands. Suddenly, a venomous cobra rears up, hissing a warning. With lightning-fast kicks, the birds lash out, dodging and weaving. Precision and timing win this duel. The defeated snake becomes a meal, and the victors stride on, unmatched in their domain. High in the Andes, condors soar on rising thermals, wings spanning 10 feet from tip to tip. Their confrontations are silent, a contest of patience and endurance. Two males spiral upward, each trying to outclimb the other, seeking the highest perch. The winner claims the right to feed first on a distant carcass, while the loser drifts away on the winds, still searching. In the Arctic, snowy owls defend their nests with ferocity, driving away marauding ravens and foxes alike. In a flurry of white feathers, they swoop and strike, their silent wings giving no warning. Every aerial encounter is a blend of strategy, agility, and ruthlessness. No second chances in the unforgiving sky. The air is a theatre of constant motion, hawks ambushing from hidden branches, kites snatching prey in mid-flight, harriers skimming low over the reeds. Each species has evolved its own tactics, stealth, speed, surprise, and teamwork. In the world above, only the most skilled and daring prevail. As the sun sets, the victors find their roosts and the defeated melt into shadow. The sky quiets, but the echoes of aerial combat linger, reminders that in the realm above the earth, power is fleeting and every flight is a test of survival. The battles of the sky shape not only the destinies of these magnificent hunters, but the very balance of life below. For in the endless expanse above, the contest for supremacy never ends. As the last rays of sunlight vanish beyond the horizon, a new world awakens. A realm shrouded in darkness where silence is broken only by the soft whisper of movement and the occasional cry of the hunted. In the heart of the night, the rules of survival change. Eyes adapt to the faintest glimmer, ears sharpen to the slightest rustle, and every shadow could conceal a predator or prey. Deep within the dense rainforest, a leopard glides silently along a mossy branch, its rosette-patterned coat melting into the dappled moonlight. Below, a bushbuck nibbles at dew-covered leaves, unaware of the danger above. With a calculated pause, the leopard coils its muscles and leaps. Time seems to slow as it lands with ghostly precision. The startled bushbuck bolts, but the cat's jaws find their mark. In the darkness, the hunter's stealth is unrivaled. Across the African plains, the night belongs to the hyena. A clan moves in eerie unison, their laughter echoing through the cool air. In the distance, a lone wildebeest calf, separated from its herd, stands frozen. The hyenas fan out, forming a semicircle, their eyes glinting with intelligence. The chase is swift, chaotic, and merciless. Strength in numbers gives the hyenas the edge, turning the night into a feast and a warning to all who wander alone. In the Australian outback, the desert comes alive under the starlit sky. A barn owl, ghostly pale, glides silently above the scrub. Below, a small marsupial scurries, ears twitching at every sound. The owl's heart-shaped face funnels even the faintest noise, pinpointing its quarry. With a sudden drop it strikes, talons sinking into the earth. The night's silence is broken only for a moment. Beneath the surface of a moonlit pond, a crocodile lies in wait, eyes just above the waterline. On the muddy bank, a flock of flamingos settles for the night, their guard lowered by the darkness. In a flash, the crocodile lunges, jaws snapping shut with bone-crushing force. The water erupts in chaos. Some escape, but the hunter's patience is rewarded. Even in the smallest corners of the night, drama unfolds. A wolf spider stalks a cricket through the undergrowth, its 8 eyes reflecting the starlight. The cricket freezes, sensing danger. In a heartbeat, the spider pounces, venom flowing, the struggle ending almost before it began. As the hours pass, the night's battles continue unseen, snakes silently ambushing sleeping birds, bats swooping down on swarms of moths, and fireflies signaling danger and desire with every pulse of light. Each encounter is a delicate dance of adaptation and instinct, played out in a world where darkness is both shield and threat. With dawn's first glow, the victors retreat, the defeated vanish, and the secrets of the night fade into memory. But as the sun rises on a new day, the cycle begins anew, reminding us that in the shadows life is always on the line.